Greetings, compatriots. 250 years ago this month, April 1773, saw the actual passage by Parliament of the Tea Act, the legal result of the petition by the East India Company that we discussed a few months ago. While this act will of course have major repercussions later, another gentleman began an important scientific exploration of our fledgling nation that month. William Bartram was born on April 20th, 1739, the son of John Bartram, a naturalist, and Anne Mendenhall. His paternal grandfather was one of the earliest settlers along the Cape Fear River in North Carolina. Traveling with his father on various collecting trips in rural Pennsylvania and New York, Bartram's interest in nature was cultivated from a young age. Bartram's career as a commissioned naturalist and explorer was initiated when Peter Collinson, one of his father's English patrons, showed his illustrations to Dr. John Fothergill, also a wealthy benefactor. In April of 1773, Bartram chose Charleston, South Carolina as his operations center and began a nearly 4-year, 2,400-mile excursion through the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, and what would later become Alabama and Louisiana. In 1791, James and Johnson published the lengthy text based on Bartram's collected diaries and field journals under the full title, Travels Through North and South Carolina, Georgia, East and West Florida, the Cherokee County, the extensive territories of the Muskogulgas, or Creek Confederacy, and the county of the Choctaws, containing an account of the soil and natural productions of those regions, together with observations on the manners of the Indians. This is typically shortened to Bartram's Travels. Bartram's prose has a somewhat rambling quality, and the book is loosely organized chronologically. Yet his far-reaching observations on the southeastern states and their inhabitants, plant, animal, insect, and human alike, provide an invaluable portrait of an early American landscape. Bartram's narrative passages, which variously detail a lively battle with preying alligators, countless river crossings, fantastic reports of the storms he weathered, and his numerous encounters with American Indians, are interspersed with catalogs of birds, flowers, trees, and shrubs by their scientific classifications. The long-term significance of Bartram's work, even as an early treatment of American natural history with its generally reliable scientific observations on regional flora, fauna, and terrain, principally rests in its literary contributions. Bartram's travels profoundly influenced English Romantic poets such as Samuel Taylor Coleridge and William Wordsworth, as well as the American transcendentalists Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau. Bartram, in recounting his joyous solitary communion with the natural world, emerges as one of the first writers to treat a theme that might be considered uniquely American. William Bartram died at his home in Philadelphia on July 22, 1823. His legacy lives on in various academic edifices bearing his name, as well as 2 species named for him, the upland sandpiper of the genus Bartramia and Bartram's bass, also known as the red-eye bass, known only in the Savannah River in Georgia. I'll talk to you next month, and I'll be seeing you in person. Thanks.